It's wonderful to see so many friends and dedicated community members ready to hear about where our city is headed. You know, we've come a long way since this last year, and Tempe has a little thing called momentum, and we're making it work for us. Tempe is a city on the verge. Thousands of new jobs, as David mentioned, are coming to fill the new developments that are opening over the next few months. Tempe is undergoing a transformation, an economic uprising, an evolution. You can see it every day along our skyline around Town Lake. And what do you see out there? We see cranes. Imagine that, cranes. That's right. And who doesn't love cranes? I can tell you right now that I don't think you'll find a single mayor in America that would not love to see the sight of cranes. You know, last year was all about being a can-do city, a city that thinks big. And I wanted to think big about our economic possibilities, about the services and amenities that we provide to our residents, and about planning for the Tempe of tomorrow. Over the last year, we've had acted on that plan, and evidence is all around us. Everybody was hunkered down during the recession. As mayor, my vision was to be a catalyst for positive momentum. And Tempe doesn't just want to be part of the Arizona economic recovery. We want to lead it. That's Tempe's character, and that's exactly what we're doing right now, thriving and leading the way. And you'll hear more about the details this morning, but the bottom line is this: it's all about momentum, and we are a city in motion. In order to keep Tempe on track, it takes strong leaders, and one of the strongest testaments is our dedicated city council. It has been the council's guidance and direction that has resulted in the success that we're seeing today. This morning, I again want to focus primarily on the city of Tempe's economic gains over the past 12 months. In a new Tempe tradition, last year I started an annual State of the Neighborhoods speech. And this speech really centers around the city's services and the programs that we offer to our residents. And it's all teamed up with the neighborhood workshop and awards programs that we have. And I hope to see your residents, all of you out there in next April, to hear about the great work that we're doing in our neighborhoods to help keep our neighborhoods sustainable for generations to come. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say today, I kept coming back to something that President Theodore Roosevelt once said. He states, "Far and away, the best prize that life offers is a chance to work hard at work worth doing." Any student of history knows that Teddy lived by those words. Now, I will never lead a cavalry charge, but I'll do my best to take his words to heart. If there's one thing that I'm most proud of, it's my public service. The chance to make a difference in our community, to help my neighbors, our neighbors, and to help set a vision for Tempe with the great council colleagues that I mentioned before. Well, it's hard work, and it's work worth doing. And I cannot begin to tell you how honored I am to be up here today in front of you this morning. You know, I've grown up in Tempe, as David mentioned. Basically, I lived my entire life within this community. And I have to say, I'm a little biased. I love it. You know, we're a medium-sized city, but we're growing. We're growing economically. And with the increase in jobs, we're growing in population as well. And luckily, the people who work in Tempe want to stay here as they grow. That's one of our greatest strengths. We are a community that has stuck together and grown smart. And growing smart and thinking big, well, that's what's led to what I call an economic uprising. If you understand momentum, you understand that all it takes is one success to change everything. Just ask ASU's football program. Look what they're doing this year. Let's hear it for the Sun Devils. You know, and when momentum starts to grow, and suddenly the impossible becomes attainable. And that's all it took for Tempe. One success, Liberty Property Trust. They worked with the city to purchase 100 acres on the corner of Rio Salado Parkway and Priest. This development was one of the first announcements of a large-scale employment center built since the Great Recession. And it was a catalyst for the development that we are now seeing, development that will eventually mean border-to-border employment along Rio Salado Parkway. The Liberty Center at Rio Salado, as it is now called, will ultimately bring an estimated 6,500 jobs. The center's first tenant, WageWorks, recently moved, and and brought 450 employees with it. And when it's fully occupied, its first building will house approximately 1,000 employees. John DiVall from Liberty Property Trust is here to tell us more about this project and how the city of Tempe will work with him to make it happen.
Our project in Tempe is something that we're extremely excited about. It's called Liberty Center at Rio Salado. It's approximately 100 acres of primarily office and some light industrial buildings in Tempe. We've been working with the city for close to 3 years on this. The first 2 years in project planning, due diligence, negotiations. We began moving dirt about 12 months ago. We've completed our first building, have started our second building, which will be completed at the end of the first quarter of 15. So we'll have close to 300,000 square feet of 2-story office buildings done by that time. We have welcomed our first tenant earlier this month, a company called WageWorks, who occupies 75,000 square feet in our first building. And actually we're very excited to announce that we just signed a long-term lease for our third building with a company called DriveTime. We love doing business in the city of Tempe. All of the users that we're talking to that as potential occupants in this park are attracted to the city of Tempe for so many reasons. It's a great place to do business. It has a world-class university 2 miles away. 60% of Metro Phoenix is within a 20-minute commute of this site within Tempe. And so our employers can attract labor from the entire Metroplex, and that's extremely attractive to employers today. We really believe that development and people, young people in particular, really is coming back to the central core of metroplexes, of major metropolitan areas. And Tempe is one of the very few areas in a horizontal type city such as Phoenix that really fits that bill, where you actually can offer a 24/7 type lifestyle, a live, work, play environment. People don't just want to drive 40 miles out to the exurbs, if you will, to an office building. They want to be close to where everything else is. And we are thrilled to be working with the city of Tempe. I say it on every forum that I speak at. They're just so good to work with. They get it from the mayor and his staff on down. And Andrew, the city manager, they're just great to work with. And we're just so excited for the next 10 years of working there and finishing Liberty Center at Rio Salado. It's just fantastic.
Well, thanks, John. And you've been an absolute pleasure to work with as well as to get to know. And the city greatly appreciates your partnership. And thank you for taking this opportunity to announce your long-term lease with DriveTime. And on a side note, John, I'm glad to hear that you agree that ASU is a world-class university. And maybe, just maybe, it's time that you make good on that ASU Wisconsin bet that we had a couple of years ago. So I think you owe me lunch. And it might have escalated a little bit with interest. And I also have to say, by the way, that was a fumble. For those that were at that game a couple years ago. I'd also like to thank you and Liberty Property Trust for its commitment to building high-performance, sustainable buildings. The first building at Liberty Center is a certified LEED Silver, which fits our community's values. And we love to see that kind of environmental growth in our city. We are a leader in sustainability, and we always have been. In another step forward, the City of Tempe recently partnered with SRP and Solar City to install our largest solar project to date at the South Water Treatment Plant. It will provide more than 1.6 million kilowatt hours of electricity, saving natural resources in the city $2.3 million over the next 20 years. It's been such a success that we are currently under construction on another solar project right next door on the top of our parking garage. And up next after that, we're working with the Johnny G. Martinez Water Treatment Plant for additional solar panels. And the best thing is that by teaming up with the private industry, the city pays little to nothing out of pocket. These projects are all part of a larger plan to reach a goal of using 20% renewable energy in our city buildings by 2025. This goes beyond the state's goal of 15%. And with the additional goal of reducing our city's overall energy use by 15% by 2025, it's clear that we're being serious about growing a greener Tempe. And we're excited to see real estate developers like Liberty Property Trust working along on these same lines. You know, Mark Twain has been credited with saying, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Looking at our history and where we are today, I'd say those words are right on. Town Lake didn't build itself overnight. It took over 40 years to get to where it is today. A magnet of jobs and development with economic impact of more than $1.4 billion. That's billion with a B. Momentum just doesn't happen overnight. It can take years to develop. It takes perseverance, dedication, and a shared vision from the council on how best to push forward. And now, after this council and the ones before that laid out a vision, we're experiencing the fruit of our labors. Since I took office in 2012, the city of Tempe has more than $928 million in capital investment. That's how much we've added, $928 million since 2012. We developed or planned 4 million square feet of Class A office space. And best of all, the city of Tempe has announced the addition of more than 14,000 jobs since 2014. We have worked hard to attract economic development. The more jobs that we have, the more we can do to improve our community. When we gain much needed revenue, we are able to reinvest the funding back into our community, meaning better roads, better parks, as well as better services. All in all, a better quality of life for our residents, what they expect and they enjoy. Over the past year, it's easy to see that Tempe is on the right track. And with our forward momentum, you can see why we are at the forefront of the recovery. You can see examples surrounding this very hotel. Just down the street on 5th Street, the Hanover project on 5th and Maple is under construction. What used to be a flat surface parking lot is now becoming a 341 luxury residential development. And Hanover chose to build in Tempe because they saw a vibrant downtown, and they saw a community that invests in itself. And when you actually take a look at what's going on within our borders, it's pretty amazing. Yes, Tempe does have a lot going for ourselves. We always have. Geographically, we are at the center of the valley. Tempe is surrounded by 5 freeways. We have crucially important partners. Our residents are forward-thinking. We supported the build-out of our Tempe Town Lake, the art tax, and the Tempe Center for the Arts. Our residents also voted in favor of a permanent transportation tax and Prop 400, which built a light rail and a robust transportation network. As a community, we have also worked to create and nurture a vibrant downtown that is home to thousands of jobs. We host internationally known events, just like what's happening this weekend with the Ironman Triathlon. And throughout the city, we offer great fun and excellent dining options. And the city of Tempe is working to attract residents and businesses by protecting our community's diversity. In February, the council passed an ordinance to prohibit discrimination based on the characteristics such as race, gender, sexual orientation, and veteran status. These protections apply to areas of employment, contracts, housing, and public places. In August, our residents overwhelmingly supported and approved adding this anti-discrimination prohibition to our city's charter, and we thank them. We thank our residents. Why did the council move to prohibit all forms of discrimination? Because we deliver and we believe in diversity. We believe in equality and inclusion are the pillars of our community. And we recognize the opportunities that come with including these values into all aspects of our city business. By officially incorporating these values into our city code and charter, the Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index just announced this last Wednesday that the city of Tempe scored a perfect 100%. These index measures the inclusiveness of our community, and clearly we're doing a great job. And we're one of only 38 cities in the nation to score 100. Fostering an inclusive and diverse community has proven itself to be good for business. It's attracting new businesses to our community and helping us retain and grow these companies that are already here. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'd like you to hear from Jill Miller of CONCENTRIX. CONCENTRIX delivers high-tech businesses services to some of the world's most prestigious brands. They partner with their clients to transform the customer relations experience through technology innovation. And at the end of last month, they launched a new flagship global services delivery center in Tempe to keep up with their growth.
CONCENTRIX has actually had a presence here since about 2007. It was an acquisition that gave us a small presence here in the Tempe market about 2007. We made a commitment to grow in this market in 2011, and we've seen explosive growth ever since. And this is really a showcase market for us, a showcase destination for us. We are in about 17,000 square feet of a facility space, and with our new announcement of moving into this wonderful space in Fountainhead, we are actually taking about 100,000 square feet. And part of the reason why we're so excited about Tempe is because the people that join our organization from Tempe are incredibly bright, are incredibly innovative, they're incredibly passionate about moving not just the CONCENTRIX brand forward in the marketplace, but the clients that we serve forward in the marketplace. So it's a hotbed. Tempe has really been a hotbed for incredible talent that has started to spur our growth even further than what we thought originally. Tempe is a fabulous area for our business for a number of different reasons. So our clients, most of our clients, as I mentioned, are global. A lot of them have a presence in the California area. So while they don't want necessarily their partners to be in California, they want us to be close, right? So just having that nice presence in the Southwest, so the proximity of that is great. Tempe is also a wonderful destination spot. Nobody doesn't want to come to Tempe. Everybody wants to come to Tempe and to Arizona. The weather is great. It's easy access, easy transport. The hotels that are in the area are fantastic. The venues that are in the area for meetings or for events are fantastic. So if you look at kind of a follow the sun logic in global business and partnering with those, in the Southwest, Tempe really is a premier market for us, and it's one that's very exciting to all of our clients. As a business being housed here in Tempe, it is absolutely in alignment with our growth that we want to have. So we're very happy to partner with the City of Tempe and to be engaged in conversations on where our business is going and what we need, because we see Tempe leadership really understanding that and recognizing that and investing in the right areas that really impact our business. We're really bullish in Tempe.
Jill did such a great job selling the city of Tempe in that clip. I'm not even sure if I should even continue. But seriously, though, I'd like to thank Jill for sharing her company's experience and her commitment to Tempe. And clearly, CONCENTRIX has momentum, and the number of employees they have is exploding, thanks to a recovering market as well as a talented labor pool. And we wish Jill and CONCENTRIX much continued success and growth, and we look forward to our future partnerships. You know, there's a saying that go big or go home. Well, guess what? We went big. In fact, our biggest economic announcement over the past year is only the state's largest office development ever built at one time in the history of Arizona. Marina Heights is located on the south side of Tempe Town Lake at 2 million square feet and a $600 million commercial investment. It's big. And we're proud that it's going to be home to the regional headquarters of State Farm. The future is boundless for this project. Not only will it bring literally thousands of new employees to Tempe, it will change the landscape of Tempe Town Lake and be a catalyst for additional development. I'm confident this new momentum will spawn more Class A office space and high-end condominiums. And just west of Tempe Town Lake, we're excited to be working with the Salt River Project on the development of their land located at the 202 and Priest Drive. The Grand at Papago Park Center is a master planned business park. When built, will offer over 3 million square feet of commercial development and accommodate over 10,000 employees and residents. What's great about this site is not only does a canal run through it and offering amazing water features, but it will also have access to 2 light rail stations. This will be a highly valuable transportation option for employees and for the individuals staying in one of the hotels on site or living in one of the 850 residential units. Construction on this site has already begun, and we could see work on these new structures over the summer. In downtown Tempe, we've got a third tower, a Hayden Ferry, currently under construction. It sits at the corner of Mill Avenue and Rio Salado Parkway. Hayden Ferry is the most sought-after office space in the valley. With a 97% lease rate, Hayden's Ferry occupancy rate is even above the city's average, which is a whopping 93% for Class A office space. This third and final tower will likely be rented even before it's built. And it's amazing because it's a $70 million investment in our community. And Hayden Ferry has another development coming online. The Marriott Hotels, along with Woodbine Development, just recently announced the approval of a boutique hotel, the AC by Marriott. The AC is a European concept that Marriott is bringing to the U.S., and Tempe joins cities like New Orleans, Kansas City, and Miami. This 6-story hotel will offer another quality place to stay in our downtown and businesses and leisure travelers alike. These new developments will deliver an immediate and profound economic benefit to Mill Avenue with the increase in circulation of individuals. The folks working and staying in these new developments will help sustain our growth and bring more amenities we need to the downtown. And we're seeing more infill into the downtown community. We've got a new AMC movie theater at Centerpoint, an amazing bakery, Delice Bistro, is across the street, and Zips Sports Bar is around the corner. And the Sweet Shop and Nut House offers copious amounts of chocolate. And on the other side of downtown, there's a new Revo Pizza Bar, NYD Pizza, and Ike's Sandwich Shop. Having momentum on our side is making Tempe pretty attractive, and I might say delicious place to do business. On the west side of Mill Avenue, the Farmer Arts District is beginning to take off with the opening of the new Sam Fox concept in just a few weeks on Farmer and First Street. This is Fox Restaurants Concept largest project to date at nearly 15,000 square feet, and it opens in just a few weeks. The original industrial warehouse was built in the 1960s for Thorns Showcased in Fixtures, which is actually where I worked in high school and in college. And I was just there for the unveiling of the new downtown Tempe, unveiling of the new logo and their marketing campaign. And I was sitting in one of the original parts of that warehouse, and I remember sweating in here, and I was sweating there the other day because it's going to be a fabulous place to dine. The warehouse will include culinary dropout, as well as 2 private dining rooms called the Showcase Room and the Coop. Several other businesses will be there too, including the Madison at Farmer Arts District, which is what I'm told is a health club concept with a nightclub feel. Man, would I like to be 20 years younger. You know, I have to commend Fox Restaurants Concepts for keeping as much of the original warehouse as possible. Not only is this building going to be beautiful and innovative space with a sense of history, but it's also going to help future development on the Farmer Arts District. Over on College Avenue, ASU has been working with Upward Projects to transform the Arts Annex on College Avenue into 2 great new restaurants, the Postino's Wine Cafe and Snooze, which will be an AM eatery. You know, this historic building was originally built in a 1950s-style red brick schoolhouse that went on to house the Sun Devils football weight room, and most recently was the Art Annex. With 3,500 square feet and a big, beautiful patio, the Tempe location will also offer the largest Postino in the valley. We are so happy that Upward Projects and Fox Restaurant Concepts work to save these beautiful buildings and the historic buildings and give them new life. Both of these restaurants are examples of what is called adaptive reuse. Basically, this is a process of repurposing old buildings into new businesses while working to maintain the character of old buildings. Recently, Tempe passed an ordinance easing some building codes that might make it a little more difficult or prohibitive to bring some of our older buildings up to a modern standard. This ordinance doesn't compromise safety, but it may reduce the number of required parking spaces or even bathroom fixtures and spaces that are not easily enlarged in an older building. It allows our staff some flexibility and inspires renovation and revitalization of old buildings that may be sitting vacant and awaiting someone to come along and see their potential. One of Tempe's first examples of an adaptive reuse is one of our nation's most treasured establishments. A brewery. Imagine that. No, truly. I know you all have heard of it, and you probably likely have visited it. It's our very own Four Peaks. And I'm sure that you even know that maybe some of you in this room have even closed it down on a Saturday night. But let's hear a little about the building and the business from our friend Jim Scussel himself.
One of Arizona's first breweries was Bandersnatch, located in Tempe. So we used to go there a lot and talk to the brewer there, Jerry Gant. And so we just wanted to have another great brewery located in Tempe, because that's really where we went to school. We lived here. It was our backyard. And we were lucky enough to find this old building built in 1890 that was located in Tempe. Most old buildings, as you know, are more Phoenix, downtown. So we were really lucky to find this old 1890, turn of the century Mission Revival building. And we worked with the city to renovate it.
Over 100 million square feet of real estate, that we really believe that development and people, young people in particular, really is coming back to the central core. 24/7 type lifestyle, a live, work, play environment. There's only a couple really in Greater Phoenix, because it's a great school system, and you can go all the way through a doctoral degree there, right? One of the world-class research institutions in America. So again, it just fits the bill perfectly in terms of our philosophy, and it's widely thought in the commercial real estate industry that development is really coming back in. And I don't think there's a town people don't just want to drive 40 miles out to the exurbs. That's where the future is, that offers mass transit as well. And I think that's one of the things that I think is really unique about Tempe.
Along with the business side of Tempe, it's been really great to us and been very supportive. So we couldn't think of any really other place to be. In fact, we opened up our production facility over about 5 miles from here, and we wanted to stay in Tempe because we were so happy with the way the city treated us and the way all of our fans and all of our patrons really resided from Tempe. So we just wanted to stay in the town.
From the 1890s creamery to being named as America's favorite craft brewery by the Travel Channel, our very own Four Peaks has quite a transformation over time. And as a connoisseur of Four Peaks, I've known that Four Peaks is the best craft brewery in America. But I'm also glad to see that everyone else is catching up. But when it's busy, Jim, I still hope we can get a table there. Another classic building we know well, the Twin Palms Hotel, has been completely refurbished and renovated into the Graduate Tempe. The new design uses colors and patterns to portray the distinctiveness of Tempe. I've often said that Tempe is different. The Graduate helps prove it, and they've teamed up with ASU's College of Life Sciences for some local inspiration, and even installed an ant farm behind the front desk. 2 restaurants will be on site. The Normal is already open, and I have to say it lives up to the style of the hotel. But Topacaboo, and I'll say that 10 times, the hotel's Mexican restaurant will be opening in November. I know both restaurants are going to be a great success in offering our residents and travelers a quality dining experience. The city of Tempe has also been teaming up with Arizona State on numerous projects. In fact, just last month, I helped President Crow announce the master developer of the ASU Stadium District. First, let me say that this project is an example of innovative thinking. It encompasses the equivalent of 50 city blocks. There could be up to 10 million square feet of mixed use on this property, from Class A office space to research and technology space into residential. The sky really is the limit. And ASU chose to go forward on this massive project with Catellus, which has an excellent reputation for taking urban industrial sites and transforming them into amazing commercial, business, and residential communities. They are also known for incorporating sustainable products and uses into their developments, which exactly fits the values of ASU and the city of Tempe. The development of the Stadium District is going to help the renovation of one of my favorite places in Tempe, Sun Devil Stadium. It has also increased the interest in the property in and around Tempe Town Lake, including a section of land owned by the city of Tempe called Pier 202. We're working with an exciting new partner, TrendX, to develop this land into something that the city and our residents can be very proud of. I'd also like to thank ASU for helping the city transform College Avenue into a pedestrian-friendly streetscape. This is a great new front door to the stadium as well as to the university, and it's going to be an amazing gathering space for game day and other community events. The council and I have been working on how we can expand our downtown beyond Mill Avenue from Farmer all the way to College Avenue, activating all the side streets from 3rd to 7th. With the completion of the streetscape on College Avenue Commons, ASU has been an excellent partner in helping see the first step of that vision realized. Of course, it doesn't hurt that the new College Avenue Commons is a LEED Gold certified beautiful building. And of course, a project that I'm truly excited to be working with on ASU is the Hotel Conference Center and USA Place. It will feature a 330-room luxury hotel in the city's largest conference center and state-of-the-art basketball facility for USA Basketball. We're hoping to be celebrating a groundbreaking in the new year. These are just two of the many collaborations with ASU. These projects will help Tempe see its full potential. And I'd like to thank President Crow for his partnership, his friendship, as well as his leadership. At last year's State of the City, I was announcing the addition, along with the council, for GoDaddy's Global Technology Center to the ASU Research Park in South Tempe. Now, I'm proud to say that it's open for business, and it looks like a terrific place to work. I'm not kidding. Not only does this place have the latest in technology for its employees, but it also has a basketball court, a yoga room, a climbing wall, a slide from the second floor all the way down to the cafeteria. And let me tell you, it's one fast slide. Check out this clip. Now, I had to watch that because Blake Irving went right after me, the CEO, and he totally did a faceplant. I wanted to make sure that I didn't do that. But here to tell us a little more about GoDaddy's new Global Technology Center and why they chose Tempe as a new site is the CEO of GoDaddy, Blake Irving.
Tempe is a special place for us because it's a concentration of technical talent. Actually, there's a concentration of technical companies in the ASU Research Park. So we started looking around at land, found a great location in the ASU Research Park, which puts us here with other technology companies, very close to ASU's campus. And the conversations we had with the government of Tempe, the city of Tempe, were frankly just head and shoulders above others. The flexibility, the speed that allowed us to get in this building really in about 15 months. Tempe's a great city with, you can get anywhere on a bike in 20 minutes. There's 175 miles of bike trails in Tempe, so fantastic location for us. We picked the location, got a very large plot of land, and started to imagine what a campus that would attract the best and brightest, not just from ASU, but from around the country, would look like. And the plan was to create a 150,000 square foot facility that would be a place when people walked in the door, they knew that we were investing in talent, and it was a place that they would want to come to work almost as bad as they want to go home, right, at the end of the day. So when somebody shows up in the office, we wanted the response to be, wow, I work here? And so we built quite a few amenities into the property. I think Tempe is poised to house more businesses, frankly, that are like ours, that are employing young people, that are interested in technology, interested in the environment, that are part of the ecosystem between university and business. I can think of very few places in America where that is as vibrant as it is here. So I think you're going to see a lot more of that type of investment, and that kind of thing is pretty darn big when you're trying to make a decision on where you're going to build your best facility that you've got.
Well, thanks, Blake. And I know the council and I are working with our city manager, Andrew, to see if we can get a slide from the 3rd floor all the way down to our council chambers. And I think it'd be kind of good to get down there real quick. This building, as Blake mentioned, is going to provide new space for over 1,100 GoDaddy employees. And in the months ahead, GoDaddy is looking at hiring an additional 250 employees for this site. Thank you, Blake, for choosing Tempe. And right down the road from GoDaddy, Amcor is building their new U.S. headquarters. Amcor is one of the world's largest providers of the semiconductors. In looking for a new home, they found the ASU Research Park located in our technology corridor in the southern part of our city. Amcor is making an investment and constructing over 100,000 square feet with room for approximately 350 employees. We're hoping to see this new building open in January 2015. These global companies all choose our community because it's clear that if you want to be in the technology industry, Tempe is a place to be. Google sees it too. They just named Tempe's 2014 Google E-City. This award recognizing the digital capitals of all 50 states by evaluating which city has the strongest online business connection. This makes sense since you learn that Tempe has the highest concentration of tech-related companies statewide. We are a city in motion. Every day, Tempe takes a step forward and the momentum keeps gaining. Which brings me to one final bit of news that we are all extremely excited about. I've been waiting to announce this until it was actually finalized along with the council, and I'm happy to tell you that Shutterfly is coming to Tempe. I don't know if you've heard of what Shutterfly is. Now with the holidays approaching, guess what? I think a lot of us use Shutterfly, but I would tell you, this exciting high-tech online publishing company will join our Discovery Business Campus, which is also part of the Technology Corridor. The project is estimated to create over 325 new jobs in addition to the 250 current employees that will be housed on site with an annual wage of over $46,000. These are good quality jobs, and Shutterfly is making a $50 million capital investment in this facility. We're happy to welcome Shutterfly and its employees to our Tempe community. And what's coming next? At last year's speech, I was announcing with the council, and I announced the formation of the character areas, and I'm now pleased to announce that the first 2 areas are completed. On December 2nd, the city will be releasing the finalized plans for the character areas 7 and 8, the Kiwanis Lakes, as well as the Corona and South Tempe, respectively. With the input of hundreds of residents, the city put together some guiding principles for these areas. What kind of housings would they like to see in their neighborhood? What types of businesses are you looking to attract? Whether or not mixed use or adaptive reuse can be incorporated and encouraged, developing additional sidewalks and pathways that are walkable, and much more. All of the work that the council and our city staff put into the character area reflects the feedback that we've heard from our residents. This is about improving our quality of life, your quality of life, and your neighborhoods. And I'm happy that so many residents got involved in the process. We know that they will appreciate the outcome of all the work that was put in. And as your city council, we are going to continue to keep working on the big ideas and the initiatives that maintain the momentum as well as to keep our citizens happy. Everything we've talked about today will help to improve the quality of life that we offer our residents. It is so important to foster a vibrant economic atmosphere to help us pay for the types of programs and services that our residents deserve and that make Tempe great. We've worked hard for all the successes you've heard today, and we're going to continue to work hard to help Tempe realize its best future. I'd like to thank you so much for everyone being in this room, being part of our community. I look to all the developers and the real estate individuals in the community as our continued partners, as part of our family, as we continue to improve upon our community. Let's keep committing to keep moving forward and going to continue the momentum, and please give yourself a hand. Again, I got to tell you, I got to thank the council. You know, it takes a team to move everything forward, and I'm very biased. We have a great council, and we're doing some tremendous things in our community, and it doesn't happen overnight. And I'll be honest with you, it's a treasure to work with Vice Mayor Anish Recursion, Councilmember Shanna Ellis, Councilmember Corey Woods, Councilmember Joel Navarre, Councilmember Robin Arundel Savage, and Councilmembers Colby Granville. It is a tremendous feat, and working with the staff, we couldn't do what we do today if we all didn't work together and have a vision. And I really want to personally thank the council. Let's have another terrific year, and let's keep moving Tempe forward and keep up the momentum. And thank you very much.